Thank you for joining me once again out here in the shop. I have this. It's a piece of Cru Forge V, which is a nice high carbon steel with a 1% vanadium. That's a good amount of vanadium. So it's quite wear resistant, and I am going to be turning this into some Damascus clad San Mai. I have my billet of 1080 and 1520 Damascus here. It's a low layer billet, 36 layers. So I'm going to clean it up, sandwich the Cru Forge V in between, and forge weld this together. And hopefully, if I have enough time today, I'm going to forge it out into some kind of knife. I'm not sure what yet. I haven't decided what model, or if there's even going to be, if it's going to be one of my standard models or if it's going to be a one-off. But there's one thing here. I've never had this happen. I've seen it happen. Never had it happen personally. There is a blister in the steel, which means that something got trapped in between those layers while I was forge welding it. So I'm going to be grinding off all the oxides on this side with the blister, so I can grind the blister out and not have to worry about it in the finished product. So I'm going to go ahead and get this all viced up. And I'm going to clean up surfaces, and we will get forge welding. I'm just going to tack weld this together, weld on a handle, and we'll throw it in the forge. So we're all forged out, and I did 2 normalizing cycles to make it so that I can refine the profile on the grinder. I have a couple of marks there where I'm doing the handle. So now I'm going to clean it up and grind a little bit of the scale off, and hopefully we can get a peek at that pattern. So I left some of the deep divots in here from the forge press so that we get a little ladder patterning in the Damascus. The core looks fairly centered, which I'm happy about. It's all hardenable steel, but I want to try to get that core pretty well down the middle so it has a kind of more symmetry than if it was skewed to one side. So I'm going to hop on the grinder and take off all of these oxides. Alright, here we go for a test etch. Look at that. That is cool. I'm really happy I made this. Our Cru Forge V core is pretty centered. And that is pretty cool. Not super ladder. There's not, and there is a little ladder pattern in there. That's a better view. There's a little ladder pattern in there. That is cool. So it's been a rough ground. And now I'm going to do a little test etch and we'll see exactly where that core is. So it's been about 10 minutes in the acid. Let's go ahead and take a look here. This is just a test etch. That is cool. The other side. There's a little more core exposed on this side, but the edge is still nice and thick for the heat treat, so I should be able to bring this side down a little bit and expose some more core. I mean, look at that swedge though, that is cool. I have the even heat up to temperature. I'm doing 1495 degrees for the Cru Forge V in the core. So, I'll drop that in there. I'll let it soak for 10 minutes, and then we'll quench it. Our knife is out of the temper. Picked up a small warp in the heat treat, so I did a shimmed temper. Now it is straight as an arrow. So this is ready for finish grinding, hand sanding and etching. And I got some scales. I got some scales made up. Going with, this is Buckeye burl, white G10 liners. So I'm going to get these cut out and fit as well, and we'll have a peek at about what this knife will look like when it's finished today. Now it's time to hand sand. hand sanding is done. Now I'm going to clean it up. Some acetone, take all the oils and grease off. There we go, it's been etched. I do like that. And here it is all oiled up. I'm really happy with how that Damascus turned out. Cru Forge V in the core. There's a little bit that pops over on the edge, but that's okay because the cladding is 1080 and 5920, so it's all hardened. I was really loving how that is looking. You can see the core in the spine there. So now it's time to put a handle on this. I've got the handle scales all cut out. Now I'm just going to clean up the front end of the handle scales on this 320 grit belt. Make these nice and shiny, and I'll hand finish them up to 600 grit. And then I can glue the handle. Get this finished up. The handle has been glued, and I went ahead and just squared everything up. So now I'm going to cover the blade in some paper and some tape, and we're going to finish this handle and get this sharpened. So we're going to go ahead and jump on the grinder and make some dust. The handle is finished. touch it up with some acid so that you can see the core and the cladding all the way through the spine. So I'm going to vise it up, clean up this transition, and get this knife all finished up. So now that everything's cleaned up on the spine, I'm going to take some Q-tips, and I have some darkening solution here, and I am just going to gently and carefully, trying not to get any on the handle material, at least as much as possible. I'll get some on there, but I can wipe it off. I'm going to try to get most of it on the spine, and after a lot of rubbing, this should bring out kind of the pattern along the spine and handle area. We are finished. I will still go ahead and put an edge on it. It's the last thing. But the knife is done. That is the last thing I have to do is sharpen it. So let's just take a quick look, a little flyby of this Cru Forge V core Damascus Sanmai knife. That's still quite the mouthful. And this beautiful blade will be available on my website. I'll put a link in the description. So I'm super excited to have this one done. This has been such a fun knife to make. I look forward to making many more with you. I really do enjoy filming the whole process. It makes me kind of consider every little bit about making a knife and kind of think that it makes me make a better knife. So expect a lot more videos exactly like this. So I just want to thank you for watching the last episode on the Cru Forge V Damascus Sanmai knife. This has been such a fun build to do and to really document it all. I have more videos on the way. The next plan, well, the next knife that I will be making for YouTube is a Damascus Quillian dagger. Already started making the Damascus for it. It is going to be really cool. So if you like these videos, please like and subscribe, and you have a wonderful rest of your day.